Hello, welcome back. Today is the last day of Imprisoned site. We are not going to finish the story today, but I hope we can get to a point where I'll be able to finish it rather quickly after Inscription of Labyrinth starts. So let's jump straight in. Okay. Gloomy clouds blanket the sky. Golden rays of light struggle to penetrate the clouds as if attempting to save what remained of Earth. Where the heck is that? Oh, is that the landscape from Echo Area? Now that I think about it. I think that's what they were talking about, right? With the Longinus arsenal. I think I remember. The transport craft carrying the Strikehawk trio breaks through the dark clouds and lands steadily on a patch of open land covered in yellow sand. As soon as the hatch door opens, a blond figure rushes out. He looks around and shakes his head in disappointment. There used to be an abandoned ruins here, but now there's nothing. Only scorched earth remains underfoot. Everything that was once here has been reduced to charred rubble, leaving only devastation. Billowing white smoke rises from the scorched earth. What is Cinderellican? What is Cinderellican? Never heard that before. Cinderellican remains of everything that once was stretched out at hand, beckoning in the distant sky only to vanish in thin air. Well, this is ground zero for the Longinus strike. Crumb follows calmly out of the cabin, then scans the surrounding area. Nothing is left here, but the punishing concentration still continues to fluctuate sporadically. Guess the show ain't over just yet. Despite the red tide having been cleansed for quite some time already, it shows signs of surfacing once more. After a concerted effort to find Luna, the enemy leader, her whereabouts remain unknown. Why did we expect her to be there? She was never there to begin with, or no? What? Whatever the reason, it's a sign of a colossal threat to come. But for Chrome, this weekend mission has deeper implications after learning about the current state of the Commandant. If they can find the Ascendant leader, they can at least give some credence to the Commandant. Stay on high alert. We need to find the source of this anomaly as soon as possible. Looking at the ground in front of him, Chrome opens the map on his terminal and tries to figure out their current position. Based on the previous investigation, let's head northwest first. That's where a majority of the data anomalies that we have been monitoring are located. Kamui, go get Wanshi. You got it, boss. You rang? Right before Kamui runs into the transport craft, Wanshi stumbles out of it half awake. Shake me awake like that again and I'll blow a fuse. The flight over here was smooth. I was out before I knew it. You could sleep through a hurricane. Touché. So what's the plan? We need to find out if the red tide is still hiding somewhere, obviously. Didn't we already discern that is indeed the case? Wanshi furrows his brows, then looks around at the scorched earth. Several days had already passed since they were tasked with deploying the bit domain nodes, but you're still being monitored. He has wanted to investigate the Commandant's previously unmentioned symptoms on his own in search of treatment, but he has only been met with red tape. Looks like this mission is just an excuse to keep Striker out of the picture. A sneaking suspicion pops up in his mind, but he lacks a proper intel to back it up. Let's finish the mission before investigating any further. As Wanshi catches up to his two comrades, the trio begins to make their way northwest through the acrid smell of scorched ruins. After a short while, Chrome's comlink begins to flash again. Looking at the time, I'm guessing you haven't made it too far. Correct, Mr. President. We ran another threat assessment on the mission. You may encounter a massive red tide, so I've temporarily assigned Camu to join the team. Due to his particular nature as a transcendent, let him operate alone as much as possible. But don't let him remove the filter Asimov made for him. Oh, what kind of filter? Roger. He'll be there shortly. I'll leave the rest to you, Captain. And with that, Hassan terminates the call. Did the President just raise the threat level of the mission? No, he's just taking into consideration the potential risk by assigning Camo to our team. But if the situation is really as simple as Hassan made it out to be, all I would have to do is check if any area had slipped between the cracks. But are those areas the reason for the increased threat level? Damn, I was hoping for a change of pace. This place has been picked cleaner than a tub of ice cream in Camus' hand. What a beautiful comparison. There's no red tide in sight. Don't mention it while he showed up here. What was that? Hearing the familiar voice, the trio turns to see a resentful Camo intentionally keeping his distance. Where did you come from? Keep talking, I'll kill you. At this moment, an indiscernible figure flashes by, but just barely within view. Who was that? Yeah, I wondered that too. Huh? Was someone running behind us? Camo looks back, but the barren land is devoid of life. Let's go check it out. Alright, it ran off to the west, right in the direction of our target. We also need to check for any signs of the red tide. Leave it to me. The terrain here is too difficult to differentiate, Camo. We can split up after we reach our target. Fine. The barren land extends outward like a vast ocean. Under the time-worn and sallow sky, the distant horizon is obscured by smoke and dust, like the scorched edges of burnt paper. Camo silently follows the trio from a distance, scanning the area for clues. But no matter where they go, the barren landscape is a lifeless monotony of scorched remains. Let's split up here. Right as Chrome issues the command, the team hears something nearby. Everyone turns toward the direction of the zone, but there's nothing to be seen. Do we have company? I can't imagine why someone would be in such a dreadful place. Maybe it was the person we saw earlier. Let's go check it out. The team proceeds in the direction of the zone, but all they find are footsteps containing the punishing virus. Well, that sure is an indication of something. Feels like we're being watched. Standing off at a distance, he scans the surrounding area. His gaze stops on the transport craft that had brought him here. I feel the same. Could it be someone who was here? We can't tell if it's the same person yet. Must be a corrupted or ascendant nearby, given the punishing concentration of their footsteps. Following Camo's gaze, Chrome looks back at the transport craft. Where will they be hiding if they're an ascendant? To draw attention? Or maybe they are wounded and trying to avoid a confrontation. Considering that these footsteps might belong to their target, Chrome determines to continue pursuit. We can't jump to conclusions. Let's keep searching. Grab a send on split up. Kami, you take the west. You got it, boss. Wangshi, you take the east. Stay on high alert and maintain contact. Got it. Kamu, take the north. I'll take the south. If you find anything or run into danger, don't get impulsive. Keep your calm down at all times. Roger. You are not splitting up properly, I see that. What are you doing? They said it requires more investigation, but will the red tide really be in such places? At any rate, there are only scorched earth and ashes left. Or are we already done with splitting up? But it is true that high concentration of punishing virus can be detected occasionally. I'll set up the detection device while you go and check the situation below. Below where? Let me know if you find anything. Well, we found hydro creatures. Isn't this the core strike zone of the Longless arsenal? Why are there hydro creatures here? It seems that the previous detection was not a false positive. There are some things hidden nearby. You are boring. Do something. Can counter stuff that doesn't attack. These hydro creatures are frailer than before. Ah, so you've taken care of them as well. The same is true for upper floor. Some hydro creatures here and there, but it's easily taken care of. Taking air off. Nice. I guess it may be because the red tide is declining. High levels of Punisher virus can also be detected in boxes nearby. Boxes. Although it may be residue, just to be safe. Let's break them all open and check. Yep, that's right. Wanna bet and see who finds more hydro creatures? Why would I do something like that? I don't know, Wangshi, why would you? But I'll come to your aid if you're in trouble. Deal! Found another one. She fired and hit the debris. What? Wangshi, what are you doing? Why are you shooting at rocks? Nothing here. I don't know. I don't know what Wangshi is doing. Oop. I really have no clue what Wangshi is actually supposed to do. Wangshi, I did it! I see. I come over to help. You were hitting debris the whole time, but why? Wait! That sounded from above. Is there a new batch of hydro creatures? Let's go check it out. Roll, roll. Wasn't Wangshi just up here though? You should have seen them before us. Ah, there's more. Oh, he was. Okay, I didn't say anything. Wangshi's already here. Never mind. You can't even hit right. Wait, did you survive? Wait, did I even hit? What just happened? They don't seem to have been lurking here all the time. Maybe they came from somewhere else? Not too many enemies left. Let's get it over with. Those look different though. What are these? A new variety. There's not a lot of them. Maybe they got separated? Or only they survived? Whoa! They fast. This area has been cleared. What are you doing, Wangshi? Are you okay? Beautiful. Well, the punishing concentration was also detected to be abnormal. Okay, let's call Captain over. Why Wangshi continues to run in circles for no reason? Beautiful. Untraceable. Maybe there's an easier, more straightforward way. There probably is. Chrome follows the punishing concentration in the direction of footsteps and enters a patch of scorched ruins. Even though the footsteps begin to fade, Chrome discovers a pack of unusual hydro creatures. Compared to those previously discovered, they more closely resemble an organism that once existed on Earth: scorpions. Right as Chrome discovers the pack of scorpion-like hydro creatures, they too discover him and launch an attack. After a quick battle, they let out an ear-piercing screech as Chrome rends them to pieces with a scythe. Scythe? I'm still not sure how to pronounce that, sorry. Once Chrome secures the area, he puts on a pair of protective gloves and takes some samples for analysis. There's nothing in our database on this hydro creature. Looks like we've discovered a new species. Maybe they've only started to emerge recently. Regardless, their mission is clear. Chrome opens the comlink without hesitation and taps Asimov's name. Strike Captain Chrome, reporting in. I've discovered an unrecorded species of hydro creature. Send it over. There's something I wanted to ask you. Do you have a minute? That depends. I wanted to know if this type of hydro creature is a recent phenomenon. Sorry, we can talk about it later if you're busy. No, I'm just looking at the data you sent over. Looks like this type of hydro creature has already evolved again in such a short amount of time. But one thing is for certain, this is a byproduct of the red tide. Hearing this, Chrome's suspicions are confirmed. The red tide must still be here if hydro creatures are roaming around. Are you going to continue searching the area? Yes. Thank you for your help. I'll contact you if we collect any more samples. That won't be necessary. Give them to me when you come back. I've got other work to do. Over 2 hours after Chrome ordered the team to split up. Even with each of the squad members installing a sensor in their respective areas, the fluctuating Punisher virus concentration proves difficult to uncover any clues. Did that sentence make sense? The geology also offers no conclusive evidence except for the hydro creature from earlier. Perhaps this was due to the Longinus arsenal or someone intentionally covering the tracks. He has suspected that the red tide had retreated underground, but 2 hours of searching has not uncovered anything resembling an underground access point. Further investigation into the surrounding area and the task force's investigation into the underground city have been equally fruitless. Maybe there was an easier, albeit crude, method. What are we doing? Digging up dirt? Luckily, Chrome has brought a bag of explosives as powerful as jitter bombs just in case. Or that. Based on the fluctuating trend of high punishing concentration, the sensors indicate the closest high concentration zone is 35 meters from the surface. That's a big hole. If they get the positioning wrong and use up all of the explosives, they will have to return to base or call for support. We need to reconfirm the positioning of the explosives. Given the fluctuating concentration, there are numerous possibilities. Like everywhere, basically. If it is only a polluted underground waterway, the real red tide would be elsewhere. With everything that needs to be done, hastily requesting support would only add on undue burden onto others. The best course of action would be to continue checking. Just as Chrome is considering the matter at hand, Kami's voice can be heard on the comlink. Captain, I found something. Understood, I'll be right there. What did we find? Chrome rushes over to Kami. He sees Banshee kneeling by him, looking at a high concentration reading on the sensor. All of the data in this area is the same. Not to mention, the location of the high concentration is relatively close to the surface. At least closer than previously measured. Realizing that now is their window of opportunity, Chrome explains the plan to the others while checking the data relayed by the nearby sensors. But as quickly as the window opens, it closes as the data returns to normal. But as quickly the window opens, it closes. Right, there's another ass missing, isn't there? What? It's gone. Oh, it's moving. It's a living thing. It's not a place, it's something living. What could it be? Maybe red tide is moving underground? Although the red tide itself is an organism, isn't it? Well, whatever. That seems highly likely. Let's use the explosive to blast open an access point. But the red tide wouldn't need... Well, whatever. I will trust you, you know what you're doing. Where should we plant them? Looking at his terminal, Wang Shi points at several highly concentrated spots on the map with a long drawn-out yawn. We have enough explosives to make 4 guesses. Let's choose these 3 locations for the time being. We'll save the rest just in case. We can increase the blasting depth by cracking the surface. That should give us more of a buffer. So we're digging holes after all. Alright, my time to shine. Kamui enthusiastically shoulders his greatsword, then begins to hack away at the designated area, leaving a crack that vaguely resembles the letter A. Why an A? By the looks of it, I'm guessing you've been playing Treasure Hunter? Kamui tilts his head in confusion. Seems like he has never heard of the game. My bad. Wang Shi responds as he assembles the explosives. What's that? Kamui continues hacking away with his greatsword. It's a popular sandbox game for VR. It's basically what we're doing right now. People use it for exercise or physical therapy. It's quite a workout. But it's mostly popular because you can dig up tickets that can be redeemed for gold. I heard someone won 10 tons of gold, then used it to buy their own private island. No way! I think I'll give it a try after the mission. Tough luck. There aren't any rewards left. The game was developed by the government to encourage people to work out, so they prepared and paid for the rewards beforehand. What? Know that there aren't any rewards. The game's really died off. Are people still playing game? I guess they are. But we're only talking to constructs, so we wouldn't fucking know. Well, that blows. Why do you know so much about the game, Wang Shi? A long time ago, there was a sick kid who would just play in bed all day and refuse treatment. I used it as a way for him to get some exercise. I can lend it to you if you want. Sweet! Is there co-op? We can play together. I'll pass. I'd rather just kick up my feet. Wang Shi sets down the fully assembled explosive device, then lets out a long drawn-out yawn. When does he ever not? Hey, was that sick kid you? Maybe. When Kamui waits for a reply, Wang Shi becomes quiet for a moment, falling asleep right where he stands. Anyway, why isn't Kamui back yet? He walked fast. It will take him a while to be back. Right at that moment, the trio sees Kamui appear nearby. What is up with Kamui? Oh god. Unwilling to come any closer. Get over here. We've got enhanced gear this time around. That won't be necessary. I'm used to standing this far away. Well, get used to standing here. But there will be mission without enhanced gear. I don't want to go through the effort. Kamui frowns and turns his back, ignoring Kamui. Suddenly, Chrome receives an anonymous encrypted message on his terminal. Any news on Luna? Who'd send a message like that? Chrome examines the metadata for any possible clues, but it has been scrubbed clean. There's no way to trace the sender. Our top priority is to find the red tide. There's no time to waste. We may not be able to trace it, but I'm sure you have a pretty good idea who sent it. Do we? Chrome furrows his eyebrows, thinking about the current state of the commandant. Although he has speculated that it might be someone who is looking for Luna, it would be foolish to probe for information this way.
I think it's someone who's worried about Grey Raven. Oh. Grey Raven? What happened to them? I heard something from my father before we left. The commandant not only violated military orders, but is also facing accusation of harboring an ascendant.
Harboring an ascendant? How is that possible? Does it mean the commandant's confined treatment is just an excuse? You know about that? No wonder you haven't gotten much sleep recently.
Oh, he's worried.
I just wanted to help treat the commandant. After all, I still owe him. But it didn't take me long to realize it wasn't that simple. Grey Raven still doesn't know the whole story. If they did, they would rather have the memories checked than let the commandant be charged. True, actually. Therein lies the problem. Lucia, being closest to the commandant then, also lost consciousness toward the end, so there isn't any proof to exonerate the commandant. Unless someone can find the target's whereabouts, they are going to be monitored indefinitely and prohibited from performing missions. That reminds me, hasn't Ludwig had something weighing on his mind this morning? There have been some other oddities as well.
Seeing that Kawi wants to question Wang Shi, Crumb sticks out his hand to end the conversation.
This is not the place for chit-chat. Our top priority is the mission. Save it for when we're back in Babylonia. Roger.
I love that it always says Kamui Wang Shi and Kamui's just standing there, not doing anything. He just being like, yeah, you do whatever.
After planting the explosive device and retreating to safety, they detonate the bomb. Amid a thunderous bomb and plume of smoke, an indistinguishable figure jumps into the pit with lightning speed.
What the heck?
Someone's there?
Follow them.
The heck?
Just jumping into an explosion. Rushing over to the pit created by the blast, the team discovers a dark cave just big enough for one person to squeeze into.
Okay.
Crom hands the end of a carabiner to Kamui, then cautiously leans down to probe into the cave. Looks like there really is a hidden underground region.
Crom picks up a stone and throws it into the darkness. A clang comes echoing from the cavernous depths. And it sounds huge. With the light above, Crom takes a detailed look at the inside of the cave before backing out and reporting to the other three. Does it look like an underground waterway? When I came here to explore, I heard that there were several access points near the Red Tide, but they were all abandoned pipelines that should have been taken care of. Looks like the access point was more hidden than we thought. Considering how low the punishing concentration is, I'm guessing it's not accumulating here for the time being. We must have detected the spike as it passed through. Not to mention, whoever used our discovery to rush in before the smoke cleared must be familiar with the area. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a deeper network connected with the core region that was destroyed by the Longinus arsenal. Otherwise, I can't imagine how the Red Tide would move undetected. The core area was flooded by the Red Tide, so it's no surprise that we wouldn't detect the access point if it was hidden underneath it. But even after the Longinus strike, we still couldn't detect it. Think it was quickly covered up by someone?
Given the footprints and the person that just ran in, there must be an enemy base that we haven't detected yet.
We need to go down, Captain. Whether that be to eradicate the Red Tide or put a stop to any potential threats. This feels like a trap. Seems like someone is rolling out the red carpet for us.
We kind of blew that red carpet open, but okay. Are we really going down in? Crom pauses, then throws a glow stick into the cave and inspects the waterway's interior. The interior is vast, and the surrounding walls, illuminated by the light source, reveal signs of damage and peeling as if silently recounting the past. Peeling? What kind of peeling? A faint trickling comes from just out of the glow stick's reach. Dreadful red liquid drops from a cracked pipe in the ceiling. Sounds like a bad idea to go in there. The mist created from the splashing red liquid mottles the glow stick, staining the light red. There are trace amounts of red tide below, but the waterway is still humid. It's already passed through here as I predicted. If we continue our search, the threat level will be much higher than when we first accepted the mission. But if we return to Babylonia, it's not like we will receive any additional support. I mean, it's not like anyone could really go in there and be in any way, in any shape or form, and any way safe. Like, the red tide could reappear at any time. Not many task forces have returned to Babylonia in one piece lately. They still need time to repair their frames. The remaining teams are still out on missions. Not just missions. I went to go speak with Lee this morning, but I was prohibited from entering the preparation room. Wait, is that our preparation room or the preparation room for all the squads? Because that would be very different. Who stopped you? Some guy in a suit. He had a chip on his shoulder, that's for sure. Colonel. Huh? What's with them? Camu gives a look of disgust in response to Kami's question. Let's report our findings to Babylonia and prepare a distress call just in case. Grum quickly drafts up the report on his terminal and sets a timer on the distress call as per routine. If the timer expires before he cancels it, the distress call will be immediately relayed to Babylonia. After transmitting the report to Babylonia, Grum signals the other to proceed into the underground waterway. That just sounds like such a horrible idea to do. I scout ahead just in case the red tide comes surging our way. I won't be affected by it. That's our safest bet. Be careful. Save that for you guys. You are one of my guys. Camu quickly slides down and enters the cave with ease, landing on a pile of rocks below. Coast is clear. Come on down. Hearing this, the trio prepares to enter the underground waterway. What is it? Feels like there's something on my bag. That's not good. Grum looks down and inspects Ronchi's bag, discovering the addition of what appears to be a button. What? Had it not been for his familiarity with his team, such a minute detail would have surely gone overlooked. He gently grabs the button, then removes it from Ronchi's frame. What the fuck is it? It's a... The pinhole lands on the button as like the dark abyss staring back at Chrome within his grasp. A camera? He crushes the device, then pats Ronchi on the shoulder. Let's go. What the heck was it and who put it there? Nothing out of the ordinary, but it doesn't mean we're free from trouble. I can't read anymore. What am I doing today? The trio looks in the direction of Camu's gaze. Where the light meets the void, dozens of red lights are approaching rapidly. Leave them to me. Camu swings his greatsword at the approaching danger. After a brief clash, the red lights disappear. Worthless scrapmat. Before I can finish speaking, more Hydro creatures come charging out from the depths. Camu, don't be rash. But before Chrome can convince him otherwise, Camu slams his greatsword on the floor. We're surrounded by darkness. Following the sharp clang of crumpling metal, Camu curses indifferently and disappears among the area of red lights. Bye-bye, Camu. Camu! As the trio runs into the darkest section of the waterway, they see dozens of fluorescent fish-shaped Hydro creatures floating above the collapsed floor. The sound of running water and Camu's enraged voice can be heard coming up from the hole. Guess I found the secret tunnel straight on. A fall that far didn't break your legs? I grabbed onto one of those floating fish just in time to break my fall. Don't jump down, the red tide is here. Alright, we'll find another route down to rendezvous with you. We'll split up and investigate for now.
I told you I was going to scout ahead. He walks away, cursing under his breath. Right at that moment, a strange noise comes from the other side of the previously quiet waterway. What's that over there? The trio returns to their previous location, then walks to the other side in the light of the glow stick. They come upon a fish-shaped hydro creature floundering as it attempts to heal itself. Oh, they can heal now. Who was just here? Seems like the work of an ascendant. Well, since we can't cross the gap back there, let's go this way. After fumbling for half an hour as they infiltrate the winding network of tunnels, Crumb finally discovers an entrance in the distance behind a curtain. What kind of curtain? What? Informing his two comrades, they extinguish the glow sticks and stick them in their bags as they quietly approach. Just a random curtain in a waterway. What else? The trio pulls back the curtain to discover an inner chamber. Doesn't look like this is part of the waterway. Did we find a hidden room? Shh, be quiet. Kamui nods and lowers his volume. An old room like this was... What? An old room like this seems to have been part of the waterway. Finding a structure like this must mean that this isn't just a waterway. Maybe it has something to do with the underground city. Have we referenced an underground city before? I do not recall. Right as the two of them are lost in fog. In fog? A fish floats in front of Kamui. A hydro creature. Kamui, keep it down. A hydro creature. Who's that? Suddenly, the gentle and quiet voice of a girl comes from behind the trio. There's no sense of aggression in her voice. Had it been elsewhere, the presence of a quiet schoolgirl would not have batted an eye. What? Who goes there? Looking in the direction of the voice, they see a feeble girl standing among a school of fish-shaped hydro creatures approaching Chrome. Greetings, visitors. Set among the background of mottled lights, her golden eyes are glossed with a mysterious haze. Who the hell are you? Greenhouse? Okay. Why have you broken into my greenhouse? The girl raises her slender left hand as countless ribbons of red static envelop her arm. At that moment, the trio needs no explanation as to what they are facing. An ascendant. Without hesitation, Kamui swings his greatsword at the girl. Before he can land a blow, dozens of fish-shaped hydro creatures form an impenetrable wall in front of the girl. No, I'm not an ascendant yet. With each slash from Kamui's greatsword, an endless stream of fish stands in his way. The girl, however, remains standing there motionless, seemingly oblivious to the attack. Kamui, get back here. Roger. He quickly retreats behind Chrome. Was that what he meant? The wall in front of the girl gradually loosens and returns to their original form as hydro creatures float around her. Continuing to fight won't be a fruitful endeavor. Fortunately, their opponent seems open to discussion, so they should be able to at least gather some information. Why do you want to harm my friends? The girl cradles the remains of a fish like a newborn baby. She pats the fish in her arms. Red currents pours into it. Red current pours into its remains, through the girl's fingertips. The sundered remains reform into the shape of a fish. So many fish. I take it you're from Babylonia too? True? Yeah, that's my question. Correct. We're the task force from Babylonia. Are you one of Luna's ascendants? No, I'm not an ascendant, and I have nothing to do with the agent Luna. Even though she understands them as her enemy, she shows no intention of attacking. Instead, she looks at Chrome with absent eyes and smiles politely at him. My name is Cinderelic. I'm just a trainee unworthy of der Meister. That is grammatically questionable, but I'll accept it. Der Meister. Faced with Chrome's question, the girl named Cinderelic just gently outstretches the vestige of a wing. This action reminds Chrome of a man with mechanical wings, a man whose name everyone knows is synonymous with danger. Oh, do you mean Gabriel? I was like, mechanical wings? By der Meister, do you mean Gabriel? No. She retracts her damaged wing, striking the tips of the feathers like a pitiful bird tending to its wings. No, not Mr. Gabriel. My wing is a relic of a friend.
A friend. You mean those fish? Hearing Archie's question, Cinderellic eyes drooped down. No, not them. My first friend. I'll bring my friend back one day, then I'll return his wing. Okay. Can't you repair those fish? Repairing them only brings back an empty shell. Interesting. The Meister said that if I continue learning from Gabriel, I'll figure out a way to bring my friend back, and also... The girl suddenly takes in a cold breath as if suddenly recalling something or receiving an order. She looks up as if coming to her senses. Her lifeless eyes are full of gloom under the mottled light. Since you're from Babylonia, you'll try to stop their Meister. My mission isn't to fight, but I must buy time before informing the Meister. The grammar just the grammar just confuses me. At that moment, the trio hears restless stirring from all around. Following which, Cinderellic fades into the darkness. Watch out! Der Meister! It's not quite correct. Wait, what's that shiny ball? Maybe it's a timer? What happens if it's full? I don't know. Let's not find out. Oh my god, I keep forgetting those are a little faster than I expected to be. A new hydro creature will pop up. She calls it a greenhouse. Well, I would appreciate if they were plaid for their fish and scorpions. But it's more like a culturing module. Captain, there's another one over here. Over. The light drop is controlling the culturing module. If we can overload it, perhaps we can destroy the hydro creatures in it. Didn't expect it to be hiding in places like this. Are these tanks used for culturing those hydro creatures too? Oh! That light up is on my list. Hydro creatures try to destroy these facilities while attacking them. But try to destroy these facilities when attacking them? Shouldn't I destroy them first? Error. Is they good or bad? Not sure. Wait, so we are saying the red tide is almost gone? But they are artificially... Could I please... Yeah. They're cultivating these hydro creatures because the red tide is almost gone now. Which I find unrealistic. But I won't question. Can't activate this one. I feel like they're less aggressive in the farming stage. I didn't remember these were this fast before. Even though I've fought them countless times before. Now this looks like a greenhouse. Yes, there are actual plants here. Is this really an underground waterway? No, we have established that. These plants are unlike normal ones. They're covered in high concentration of punishing virus. Is Cinderellic here? This is where we'll stop proceeding. My friends, let's Shower our gas with red petals. Watch out for those timers. Hydro creatures here are strong. Ah, there. Destroy them first? Whatever. Can I? Wait, I don't even... A full team! Yay! Following the final blow from Kami, the fish-like Hydro creatures in the greenhouse are torn to pieces. All that's left is you. Maybe not. Kami swings his greatsword, but his attack is deflected by a mysterious force. A tall figure saunters out from within the shadowy desk, as if paying no mind to the enemy. Gabriel! If it isn't more Babylonian scum, struggle as you will, it will only be in vain. Gabriel, our database has you marked as Luna's henchman. Does that mean Luna and the other Ascendants are here too? Other Ascendants? Gabriel's vocalizer forces out a sardonic sneer. Those cowards who betrayed the Ascension Network no longer have any right to reside here. Oh, they used to reside here? Their whereabouts are of no concern to me. You don't care about where your comrades are? I have no interest in weaklings or cowards. Only those that possess absolute power and power itself are worthy of my attention. Then why are you still here at the former base? Because of their Meister. Gabriel's voice fills with reverence and devotion. After that battle, he bestowed me with a new life and allowed me to bear witness to a new zenith of power. Their Meister. Are you referring to the Ascendant in our database known as Roland? Oh god, no, Kami. Most certainly not. Roland. Uttering this name, Gabriel's tone returns to its former coldness. The Meister. Oh, we are finally dropping the dare? I would appreciate that. The Meister I refer to as a different agent. Roland is nothing more than a traitor to the Ascension Network. Looks like they have themselves a new agent. Puny minds. Does the existence of a new agent come as a surprise? Just another nuisance is all. Then let me share with you more good news. Aside from the Meister, there's yet another agent nearby that is beyond your understanding. So there are 3 agents? As I've said, there are only 2. As for Miss Luna's whereabouts, I do not know. Any attempt to reconfirm this will only yield the same answer. There are only 2. So you have already rejected Luna, right? If you're so curious, or maybe the Master is not... No, he didn't. What? So I just said the Master. The Meister. I'm confused. If you're so curious, I'd suggest you ask your colleagues. I'm sure they are more aware of the situation, considering how long they have been tracking her. Oh. You mean Babylonia has been tracking Luna this whole time? Of course. Ever since Miss Luna became an agent right under Babylonia's nose, humanity has coveted her power. Oh. I feel like we're getting to the roots of some very important things here. Gabriel pulls out his cane from the side of his cloak and points at a Chrome standing in front. As oblivious as you all are, there's no sense in continuing this conversation. I'd rather finish you myself than disturb the Meister. Seems like you're his number 1 fan. Gabriel takes a step forward. Red sparks begin to emit from his footprints, intertwining with his cold mechanical limbs. Der Meister saved me from the brink of death, and bestowed me with this newfound power. Now, bear witness to this power. Countless red photons coalesce in Gabriel's palm, as he clutches the bright tube like the ribs on the palm of his hand. Amid the blinding red light, Gabriel launches himself headlong and strike hard. Defensive formation. The walls of the greenhouse begin to turn into rubble as the seismic tremors. In the seismic tremors, smoke and dust fill the room. The defensive formation barely manages to withstand the full might of Gabriel's attack. However, they know that the combat data on Gabriel was far from reality. No, just outdated is all. I take back what I said. You all might be clueless, but you are just like this Grey Raven. Trouble. You know Grey Raven? Gabriel refrains from answering. Another cube of red light begins to coalesce in his hand. Before it can materialize, it is disrupted by Kami's greatsword. Kami, don't be reckless. Captain Bat. Fight as a team. Roger. Crom steps forward. The blade of his scythe swings in an arc. Wangxi swiftly leaps over his two comrades surrounding Gabriel and delivers a direct strike to Gabriel's skull from above. With what? Did you kick him? What did you do? Red light erupts from the blow, unleashing a wave of highly concentrated punishing arrows into their inward devices. Searing pain spreads across their neural links and penetrates deep into their minds, like a sharp blade drilling into their bones. Pull back! Kami swings his greatsword backward. Using the inertia of the blast, he defends against the attack and pulls back several meters. Crom raises his scythe to catch the falling Wangxi, then flings him toward Kami. Beautiful. Nice pass! Kami catches Wangxi, then gives Crom a thumbs up. Think you can put me down first? The narrow confines of the greenhouse limit Gabriel's movement. Unable to fly into the air, all he can do is swing his cane and attack the trio with the help of the punishing virus. Crown adeptly parries Gabriel's lunge with his scythe. He quickly retracts his weapon, then uses his window of opportunity to leap into the air and slash at his opponent. Gabriel is forced to step back in a hurry. Pulling off his cloak, countless red lights envelop him in preparation to unleash another explosion. Gabriel, Mother is still resting. Mother! The red light in the greenhouse suddenly disperses in response to the girl. Gabriel retracts his weapon and glares at the nearby trio in contempt. No need to fight in the narrow confines of the greenhouse. Don't think you can run? Run? No, I just don't want to ruin their Meister's plan. What the hell does that mean? Gabriel sighs in disdain, responding vaguely. Do you really wish to see their Meister? Leave with me and I will give you an opportunity to fulfill your dying wish. If you insist on staying here, I can accompany you to the end. With that, Gabriel takes Cinderella and opens the door on the other side of the greenhouse, then stares at the trio. Perfect. Wait until I get my hands on this guy when I see him. Seems like a trap. If we stay here and fight, getting crushed when the room caves in ain't much better. Maybe it's a good idea to get out of this place. They won't let us leave now that we know about the new agent. Also, we can't just ditch Camu. He doesn't know what happened here. True, where's Camu? He should appear now. Based on previous instances. Then let's follow him while we wait for Camu. What do you say, Captain? Wait. Wangxi, who do you think Cinderella meant by mother? Wangxi ponders the question a while, then quietly spits out a series of unlikely explanations. Wait. Based on the word, mother could refer to one of the agents mentioned earlier, a corrupted, or even a new type of Hydro creature. Crom still has concerns, considering that, whatever the true identity of this mother figure is, it will only put the team in danger of being attacked. He nods to Kami and Wangxi, signaling them to leave the greenhouse. Following Gabriel and Cinderella, the trio walks down the spacious waterway and arrive at the platform lift. Why would a platform lift be here in a waterway? It's not that surprising.
We did just come from an underground greenhouse after all. I don't think this waterway was really built to drain wastewater. Think the Ascendants stay here often? Actually, I think I remember this place. It really is. The base. I'm confused. This place might be connected with City 075. Okay, that confirms my suspicions. Thank you, Chrome. Considering that it was a military facility built to prevent war, I wouldn't be surprised if it served multiple functions. From what we've observed along the way, I'll assume it's been abandoned for quite some time. Chrome motions to Kami to keep his voice down. The trio slows their pace, distancing themselves from Cinderella and Gabriel up ahead. I like that we're just ignoring each other now. That's fine. This is just a theory, but I think this abandoned corridor was opened on short notice as a response to the Longinus arsenal. And I'm guessing it was abandoned due to the quality of the facility. You know what, now that I think about it, we have this massive Longinus arsenal that is apparently capable of destroying everything, but it didn't even put a dent into this whole facility. I'm actually disappointed. I think you're right. Any more earthquakes and this waterway is going to collapse. Why is this the only shoddy part of this facility? A section of report on City 075 stated that the facility was expanded to isolate the infected prior to developing the serum. But the Punisher virus spread faster than anticipated. The facility was abruptly abandoned before it saw any use. Although actually no, I'm impressed, because this was also built by humans. Okay, whatever. As they are talking, Gabriel and Cinderella disappear around the corner. The trio accelerates their pace to catch up. Among the flurry of footsteps, Chrome hears Camo and his striker comlink. Where, you guys? Even though the striker comlink is more stable than most, his voice intermittently cuts out due to the unique jamming technology of the underground city. We are on the platform lift down here in the waterway. What's your location? Maze, down here. I'm going platform lift, wait here. Alright, we'll wait for you. Right as Chrome terminates the comlink, the group sees Cinderella, who had disappeared around the corner. No floating in the air. Just casual girls floating around. Even though her damaged wing makes flying toilsome, 4 fish-like hydro creatures tightly grip the straps on her clothes and pull her upward. I guess those straps aren't just for looks. Captain, I want a pair of my own. No, can't we? No. I'll help you put in a request. But don't get your hopes up. Now's not the time though. I wasn't expecting this kind of escape route from them. Wrong. I'm not going anywhere. Cinderella is no longer needed here. I'm more than enough to serve as your guide. What the fuck is going on? Come with me. What are we doing? Since you've come this far, don't think that you can retreat. That goes for you too. He runs away. What are we doing? Be careful, it's a defense cannon. You don't say. How did you bring this big guy here? I need to conserve some strength, since she's still around. Mother? Question mark? What is this? She? Are you talking about the guy who broke in here? The guy? She? Sorry. Captain, leave it to me. Sure. That's what you're good for, right? Why the floor is so hot? Caution, the floor is burned by the cannon. Let me take some damage. Why? What are we doing? What are you trying to teach me here? Oh no, what are we doing? What kind of weird puzzle is this? There's so many defense cannons here. The drawbridge is too narrow to dodge attacks. I have a plan. Carmen, you're on defense. Wangxi and I will take the heat and destroy the cannons. Sure. Ouch. Oh, there's no... Wait, there's no switching cooldown? There is. But it's short. Okay. I don't have any orbs. Not so nice. What did I just do? Oh no, I wasted my orbs. Whatever. Can I? I can't really heal calmly like this. I get it. Yep. God dang it, I'm going to kill Kamui. I have 4 HP. He's over there. We're not going anywhere. The wolf rushes into the lion's jaws. The foot. Hi. I have 4 HP! I mean, I killed Hyo Kamui. Maybe. If I can kill T. Cinderella, they're all yours. After a chaotic flash of red, Gabriel disappears above, leaving only Cinderella floating in the air. She is pulled by 4 fish. What is she doing? She quietly looks down at the platform below like a doll hanging on a rope to dry. Suddenly, Hedro creatures begin to pile up on the platform lift. Along with them, the punishing concentration also begins to rise. Fortunately, the 3 special reinforcements for this mission barely managed to keep the corruption rate just below critical. Didn't that guy say he wasn't going anywhere? Let's take care of the enemies in our way first. With concerted effort, the Hedro creatures begin to reading too fast. The Hedro creatures begin to decrease in number under the tree's barrage of firepower. Cinderella places her hand before her as if in prayer and sighs gently. She seems to be doing something. Doesn't matter, we got this. Turn back time. The platform lift begins to shake violently. The accumulating punishing virus transforms into a red electric current, climbing up the platform and into her wing. The wing begins to expand under the effect of the punishing virus. A radiant red light envelopes Cinderella. Amid the blinding light, she descends to the base of the platform. The ball of light enveloping Cinderella leaves a trail of crimson snowflakes. The remains at the base of the platform begin to shake under its powerful force. Chrome sprints toward the blinding ball of light, slicing the red current with his scythe. His blade renders the Hedro creatures protecting Cinderella in train, and the tip of his scythe penetrates the heart of the blinding light from above.
However, a deafening rumbling reveals that the remains of the Hetero creatures, have taken a new shape.
Jitter bombs? Even though the explosive power of a jitter bomb is not particularly strong, such a large number in a confined space is sure to be fatal. Where did Cinderella go? With the platform now covered in glowing red jitter bombs, Cinderella is gone without a trace. Get to higher ground, now! Chrome fires a grappling hook to the top of the shaft, hooking onto a wall. You sure came prepared, Captain. Grab onto me. Got it! Cameron grabs onto Wang-Chi's collar, then lunges and grabs onto Chrome's ankle as he is hoisted into the air. Right as the trio is hoisted into the upper rafters of the shaft, the thunderous boom of an explosion comes from below. Did we just leave Camu down there? That's my captain! We were almost... Why didn't you do that early? Why didn't we do that early? Why, what? Before Kami could finish speaking, Cinderella appears before them and unleashes a downpour of arrow-like plumes coated in concentrated punishing virus. Hanging onto Chrome, Kami and Guanchi are certain they are unable to dodge the barrage in time. But to their surprise, Chrome releases the pulley on the grappling hook, causing the trio to rappel rapidly. The barrage of feathers originally aimed at Kami and Guanchi are now aimed directly at Chrome. A bolt of lightning vaporizes the majority of the feathers. However, a few still manage to find their mark on Chrome's shoulder. Captain! Brace for landing. The tree rappels firmly onto the base of the platform, then looks up at Cinderella. Because the limited speed of the grappling hook is prone to turning us into a moving target. I see. Right as you said, turn back time, those things turned into jitter bombs. Is that what you once were? What? Mimicry. Camouflage. This is something that almost all creatures do. Wait, are you a jitter bomb? Is that what you're saying now? Cinderella reaches out her hand and strokes a wing. It used to do that when it was little, so... Is that why you pray to the past? Cinderella furrows her brows to the tree's surprise. She quietly waves farewell as the fish carry her away. What even is going on? You're running away too? It's here. She points her slender finger up as a dark, stalwart figure descends from above. Who now? It appears with a familiar figure. What the hell? Ah, hi. What are we doing? Seeing as you pass the test, you are deserving of a more fitting reception. Witness their miser's creation. A hissing roar fills the area, causing their audio modules to tremble. Somehow they sense sadness and despair emanating from the stalwart figure. Such an opportunity is a rare treat. Let me give you a bonus question. How many constructs on Babylonia do you think it is assembled from? The heck? You. Piece of cake, Captain. Let's destroy it like the other corrupted. Strikehawk, prepare for battle. I'm not sure if that is a taunt or a sign of weakness that you're building something from enemy materials. Isn't that admitting that our materials are good? Whatever. The platform lift is descending. Looks like it wants to send us to the bottom. Is that his destination? Ready to engage. Oh hi, who are you? Oh, those constructs. What are you guys doing? You seem to be standing in each other's way. Oh, I hope that I could not see that somehow. Yes. Captain, your friend. It's not a problem, I can hold it out. Not good. Perfectionism. He speaks with no lofty words and acts like a modest teacher before his enemies. Gabriel again? The massive realm in front of them crumbles into a pile of countless remains, scattering on the floor. Numerous neurocables and parts protrude from its hulking arms, some of which are still covered with Babylonian manufacturing logo. It's not like you to throw in a corrupted, Captain. They're already corrupted. Well, yeah, obviously. Suddenly they hear a round of applause from above. The trio looks up to see Gabriel clapping at the edge of the platform lift. If champions such as yourselves are willing to stay and offer your strength through the extension like what, I'm sure your master would welcome you with open arms. To hell with that. If I'm off every day of the week, I might be willing to consider it. Are you out of your mind? I'm just saying. Only if I don't have to work. With the usual banter, Crow manages to smile despite the current predicament. Well, there's your answer. We won't stay here, nor will we serve the Asians. Since you've rejected my kindness, I'll leave you in the elevator shaft to become nutrients for the red tide. The platform begins to shake as the surrounding punishing concentration begins to skyrocket. Well, that's a bad sign. We're going to drown here. I don't want to become a fish, Captain. Get out your grappling hook. Gabriel looks down coldly from the rafters of the shaft, as if waiting for the opportune moment to strike in midair. Regardless, being attacked by Gabriel midair is preferable over drowning in the red tide. Crom takes out the ropes, quickly grabs his comrades, and leaps into the air. Right as Gabriel is about to strike the coupling? What? The feeling of indescribable oppression crumbs from above. He takes 2 steps back, then looks up with Cinderella and salutes. What brings Babylonia here? Oh, hi. Crom looks up to see a man dressed in black appear on the upper edge of the platform lift. Give me some more time. I've got this under control. No matter. I'm just here to see who's giving you so much trouble. Sorry for the delay. He looks at Strikehawk hanging off from the rope as if their any move will be met with repercussion. Mr. Gabriel left them for me to get some combat training. Cinderella's salute and indifferent expression make it seem as if she is merely facing a teacher, rather than the mighty power of an agent. And the results of said training? They're almost as strong as Grey Raven. Cinderella's failure is to be expected. Oh, I recall you mentioning that team. He smiles with great interest and takes a serious look at the person in front of him. In midair. In front. I hope they are worthy of our recommendation. Standing on high ground, he waves his hand at Gabriel. Gabriel, my god. Enough. See to your guest. She's looking for you. It's her. Correct. I've enhanced your friend. Don't let her get the best of you like last time. I won't let you down, Mr. Funnigood. Funnigood? Isn't that the name of that writer? The agent by the name of Vonnegut turns to Chrome, then puts his index finger to his lips as if gesturing. Shh. That's a secret. He withdraws several steps and gestures them to approach. Calm. Hang on a rope is not my way of treating guests. Seeing them remain where they hang, he smiles as if to welcome them. You don't think I'm going to catch you off guard, do you? Well then, come on now. The trio quickly climbs up the rope to the top of the platform lift. Vonnegut once again gives them a welcoming gesture, like that of a kind and dignified lord receiving guests at his estate. I mean, that's rather fitting, I guess. Welcome to my temporary base. I assumed Alpha was going to bring the Grey Raven Gable has mentioned. I wasn't expecting the likes of you. Wait, what? Alpha was going to bring us? Wait, did we? No, wait. Are Alpha and Gable still working together, but Luna not? I'm so confused. But considering that Gable advocates on your behalf, I'm inclined to trust his intuition. Alpha? You mean the Ascendant that serves Luna? Hearing this name, Trump's palms begin to sweat. If Alpha is here too, she's likely to be with Luna. If they can locate Luna, the commander will be free of some suspicion. Seems like you've still got a lot to learn about her. What is happening? What happened in the past? Wait, it's not even been that long. Trump had received intel on the Ascendants prior to the mission. However, the report on Alpha only stated that she serves Luna, and that the two are sisters. As for her combat ability, it was only marked with warning in red letters. Nice. If such a powerful Ascendant wanted to destroy them, why would Alpha let them waltz right into the base? As if noticing Trump's contemplation, Vonnegut begins to speak of Luna. I once saw Luna long ago. She was an outstanding agent. Prior to that, she worked diligently to carry out responsibilities entrusted to her by SNet. Additionally, having been selected as an agent during its preliminary development, she was able to witness the evolution of SNet. Wait, so who created the Ascension network? The evolution of the Ascension network. You mean it's stronger than before? Correct. It's not only more powerful, but also more stringent in its demands for selecting agents. Even though the concept of agents has changed, no one can deny her credit as a pioneer. And to that we owe your gratitude to Luna. Now she is most likely no longer eligible to serve as an agent. She just got kicked out. I can't believe... Oh no. But as one of our predecessors, not only has she aided in the evolution of the Ascension network, she has also been diverting humanity's firepower away from us, allowing the later generation of agents to remain hidden from view. She's been diverting their firepower? You mean Babylonia has been tracking Luna this whole time? Oh, that was... Oh my god. Of course, ever since Miss Luna became an agent right under Babylonia's nose, humanity has coveted her power. If agents are as strong as you claim, why worry about being pursued by humanity? Do you think Earth fears humanity? Most of humanity spreads, devours, pollutes, and destroys the Earth like a virus. They are full of cruel and cunning ideas, allowing them to find their way into every nook and cranny. These people were responsible for the zero-point reactor meltdown that created the punishing virus. If they're all so high and mighty though, I'm surprised they even care about the Earth at all. Not only that, Earth has nearly perished several times at the hands of humanity over the course of its long history. Even ignoring history, I'm sure you have experienced numerous disasters caused by humanity. Therefore, we must separate the sheep from the goats, as the shepherds do, and bury the wicked in the shadow of history. Only then can the world endure the long winter and one day welcome the coming warmth of spring. He stretches out his hand as if acting out an all too familiar script. Until then, the whole world still fears the follies of man. Of course, ages must tread with equal heedfulness, should they not? He appears calm and speaks at ease. Although he says that they should fear the follies of man, there is no look of tension or fear. Standing among the group, he has the demeanor of an astute orator, calmly sharing pearls of knowledge gathered through personal anecdotes. Even as agents, we must continue to improve, learn and adapt. Much like the Dunning-Kruger effect states, people will only step on the path to self-improvement once they realize their own shortcomings. His words lack any sense of self-aggrandizing, whatever that is. He's like a modest teacher standing before the enemy. However, Crom knows this modesty comes from the confidence of knowing that, no matter what happens, he can handle it with ease. It is precisely because of his overwhelming power that he is able to speak so freely about weakness and secrecy in front of his enemies. If anything appears unnatural, it's that he keeps inadvertently glancing at Kamui's waist. What are you doing? What's Kamui doing? Continuing to listen to Wonegood's musings, Crom turns his head slightly and glances at Kamui to figure out the cause of such an irregularity. It appears that a bug on Kamui's tactical belt had become loose during the previous audio. Is that it? I wonder. As an agent, I have long been searching for those worthy of building a better world with me. However, few are capable of passing the preliminary filtering. Even fewer are willing to go beyond that. Even though they are capable of becoming immune to the punishing virus, they lack the power needed to build a better tomorrow. As Wonegood speaks, he glances at Kamui's waist once more. Why? However, Crom is able to catch the point of interest. His gaze does, in fact, fall upon the loose buckle. These people are nothing but fragile eggs too. Although a bit untimely, Crom politely interrupts Wonegood to confirm who he is dealing with exactly. Pardon me, Kamui? Crom turns around and fastens the loose buckle on Kamui's tactical belt. Huh? Why does that matter at a time like this? Seeing this, Wonegood lets out a hearty laugh in satisfaction. Either you have an eye for detail, or you are a perfectionist just like me. God. Seems Gabriel's intuition was right. I think you and I will get along swimmingly. As I was saying, Wonegood opens his arm to the trio cheerfully and looks them over. I hope you can also pass the filtering. Each splendid seed should be sowed on the road to tomorrow. But what is your goal anyway? I refuse. Your answer comes as no surprise. But tell me why. Perhaps we don't need to fight each other. After all, everything I'm doing is to provide a future for Earth. A future that only belongs to you? How do you define you? I'm obviously referring to the Ascendants and Corrupted. Ascendants. Corrupted. Don't forget that we were once human. We were once constructs. Even machines created by humanity have gained sentience. They have feelings and minds like us. For hundreds of millions of years, microscopic organisms such as harmful bacteria and viruses inhabited the Earth alongside animals. Prior to the punishing virus, how do you think life managed to survive infection and disease? Evolution, or rather the filtering. Correct. I assume you're the captain. Organisms that can resist disease give birth to offspring with high immunity. Those that are weak, regardless of their time of birth, will only rot, thereby becoming nourishment for the land. During the filtering, organisms will gradually evolve. This is the order of the world. Now the corrupted have evolved into the red tide, the likes of which has turned into a breeding ground for newer forms of life. The dead become nutrients for the creation of new life. This is the will of the punishing virus. The ascension network is no different. However, this filtering will come at the cost of most people. Life must be cruel only to be more beautiful. Vonnegut smiles as he focuses his gaze on Chrome. It seems your invite device is different from others. Interesting. Humans still manage occasional moments of brilliance in their struggle, but alas, this brilliance is too insignificant to assure victory. But even with the slightest ray of hope, we will await the day it expels darkness. Wait. Yes, wait. Vonnegut places his hands behind his back and ruminates over the word. Or which word? And if the punishing virus shows no signs of subsiding, you'll take solace in such frivolity as you wait. However, there's no such room for leisure now. Humanity will stop at nothing. The people you have deemed unfit continue to make changes. But I only see that they are complacent and stuck in the ways of the past. Not to mention, some have not given up killing each other in the name of science. How long can your persistence and stubbornness last in the struggle while still upholding these pedantic ideas? He averts his gaze from the three faces and lowers his head in disappointment. In the dark waterway, the dusty lights begin to flash. Where the heck is Camus? Where the heck did we leave Camus? My god, okay. So I don't know what I expected from this chapter, but it was not this. Interesting. But we'll take a break here. Until then, thank you so much for watching.